Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. What if I told you your voice isn't just meant to be heard, but felt? There's a fire in your story, a truth the world needs, but too many are still whispering when they were born to resonate. I'm Brad Walsh, and I created a free masterclass called Empower Your Voice, 5 Secrets to Becoming an In-Demand Podcast Guest, because I believe your voice deserves a stage. If you're ready to speak with power, purpose, and presence, it's time to own your truth, be heard, and be unforgettable. Click the link in the show notes to sign up now. Hello, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast, a platform that was created to help elevate and amplify the voices of women through sharing their stories. Today, my guest is Nishma Karim. She is a registered holistic nutritionist, a personal trainer, an author, a podcast host, and the co-founder of Be Light to Raise Light, with a mission to illuminate the brilliance of mothers globally. Welcome, Nish. How are you today?
God, Brad, thank you so much for having me. What a beautiful introduction that was.
I am so excited to have you here, to be here with you in this space, to share a little bit about the beautiful light you put out into the world through all the amazing things you're doing, all the work you're doing in the world, and to share a little bit about your story and your journey. So with that being said, let us jump right in and get started. I want to start off talking about the whole nutrition piece of things. I know that's a big part of who you are and the work you do. I would love to know what led you into the world of holistic nutrition, and did you go through your own personal health struggles that led you down this path, and how has your journey shaped the work you do?
Okay, I'm going to tell you a story I've never told anyone in my life, okay?
Oh,
this is so cool. I just
juicy.
thought about it right now, and I was like, oh my God, what led me to nutrition? And it's so funny at the time and as I was growing up, my life has always been about food. Always been about food and working out and taking care of your body. That's been my life ever since I've been growing up. My problem with life, though, is I never understood how to eat food. I didn't know how to eat. I didn't understand how to eat, what not to eat. Why should we not be eating fast food? Why should we not be eating the foods that we do? And why do we gain weight? What is our body all about? It was just it was so intriguing to me from age like 9, 10, 11. Not realizing what was going on. Yeah. So it was a very big interest in my life. As I was going to school, one day I finished grade 12 and I was thinking, I still don't know what I want to do. I know I want to do a business, but I don't know what to do. And then my sister comes in. She's going to UBC and she has 2 programs that she can get into. So you have to do like an A or a B. If you don't get to this option, you can get to this option. And one of them was nutrition. And it just hit me. I'm like, oh, can I apply for nutrition? I would love to do this. And so I saw online where I can apply for this holistic nutritionist. I have to be honest with you. I did not understand what holistic meant. All I knew was nutrition. So I applied for it. It was in British Columbia as well. And now in BC. So here I am applied. And within a few weeks, I got in. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I get into nutrition. It was like a meant to be program for me. It was just out of nowhere. It was just like a flash. And so from there on, while my sister was doing hygiene in UBC, I used to stay with her a couple of times because it was in downtown Vancouver. And I would walk because it was a walking distance to school for me. It was only once a week and that's it. And then when I sat down, they were talking about holistic nutrition and what holistic was. And that was like, I didn't even know I was taking this. Whoa, there is actually holistic nutritionists here. Oh my God. And I got to learn the inside and out about food, the different types of food, margarine compared to actual real butter, or understanding organic foods and organic farming compared to conventional farming and regular farming, and the things they put on there and the chemicals and the pesticides compared to the organic. What's the difference? Why should we be eating the organic and not all that? It was wonderful. I passed with flying colors. It was so much fun, intriguing, understanding the human body. But when I came out of nutrition, I still had the question about how should we eat? So
Right.
there you go. That's how I took nutrition. And nutrition was just one part of my story. So after taking that and
Right.
understanding nutrition and how to help people in nutrition, it was all great. But I still had that one question coming out of nutrition. How do you eat?
And that's an important question. Have you finally been able to answer that question?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I will explain that to you as we continue on this conversation. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And so, what would you say is one of the biggest misconceptions people have when it comes to holistic nutrition, as we were just talking about, versus conventional nutrition?
The difference in is how your body reacts to it. You have to remember that
Okay.
conventional nutrition is nutrition that's made out of wheat flour, anything to do with chemicals, pesticides. They have to put chemicals in a lot of these foods to keep them shelf life. These are conventional. These can stay out and
Yeah.
stay long and continue to stay in your fridge or in your home for years and years to come. When you talk about holistic, I want you to think a little bit about the farming techniques of holistic. So in the olden days, they used to actually have a seed, and the seed is put into the soil, and then it's grown, and food grown either underground or on trees, or it's around you. It's not something that's made in a lab or in somewhere else. It's not taken from the ground and milled in so many different ways to make it into a flour. Everything's done at home, in your access of your home. That's the difference that I need everyone to understand is how is this going to take care of your body and help you in your metabolism and your organs to work properly? Or how is this food going to help you with metabolizing yourself and getting you good health and good blood, get your heart level going and good skin and good health and all of that? You got to think about all of that. So this is when you talk about conventional and holistic. Those are the two differences.
Last year, I planted a garden for the very first time. I'd never done it before. And to me, it was absolutely amazing to see from taking these seeds, putting them in the ground, watering them, caring for them, having the sunlight on, to see them grow and bear fruit, bear vegetable like tomatoes and cucumbers. And it was it's a magical process to witness and to know that, like, when I sat back and thought about it, it's like, holy shit, I was a part of growing these vegetables. I was part of making this happen. And that is magic. That is beautiful. That is nature at work. And it's so amazing to see. And now you hear about all this other shit where they've got lab grown meats and they're creating all these. What the fuck is going on? That's crazy.
The world is changing and it's changing. It's changed from many years ago where they told you to say, hey, you know what? You're growing your own foods in the backyard. How about we help you grow that? And then you pay us and we will give you the foods. It started to do that. We stopped growing our own foods from there. And now it's all laboratory stuff where it's not even real things. Like, how do you know that you're going to the market and buying the actual real thing?
Yes.
How do you know that?
It's scary. Yes. It's very scary. How do you even know that the stuff you buy in the grocery store that says organic is organic? How do you even know that?
You can't put anything on a label that's not organic. There has to be some, even if it's 60% organic, it has to be organic before they can actually put the label. So that's a good thing. In Canada, I'm not too sure about the States, but I know in Canada, you have to have it. If it's an organic farm, there has to be some certain amount of percentage before they can say it's organic. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
But yeah, when it comes to meat and poultry, that's the hardest. It's like, you have to make sure that the farm where it's coming from, what farm, because they do write down, like, this is the farm it's coming from. Some of them have it, some of them don't have it. So I would just go directly to a butcher these days now and go buy a lot of my meat and stuff, because now I know it's where it's coming from compared to going to the market.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. And so how do you define holistic nutrition, and how does it differ from traditional diet culture or mainstream nutrition advice?
So you have to remember there's information about food everywhere. Yeah.
Bombarded with it.
1 minute you're eating steak and the next minute you'll hear some kind of research saying don't eat steak.
Yeah.
This is what's happening to you. And then there's another research that will contradict that and say, no, you should be eating steak because it's good for iron. It's good for this. It's good for that. Right. You have your vitamin B12 in there. And then you're really stuck on what you can and cannot eat. When I look at food out there, I say, why can you not eat everything? And holistically, I always tell my clients or anyone else to understand the 80-20 rule. So this is why when I say food, if you want a burger today and you want to have McDonald's, why not? I don't see you stopping yourself, because what's happening in our society is that when we crave the food that we like, that we've been eating for many years, our body will go into this mode where if you don't get it, you're going to just crave it and you're going to eat all of it and you're going to continue to eat it. You won't be able to stop. And that's where obsessive happens with food, like chocolate or candy or whatever it is, right? So if you're looking at different kinds of foods, I would say you can eat everything, but there's an 80-20 rule, meaning the way that I teach you how to eat is 80% of the time you're eating your beautiful, nutritious foods every single day. And the 20% is in one of your meals, you could add a donut if you like, or half a donut. Or in one of your meals, you want to change it to a burger. You could have that burger today. Why are you taking that away from you? So out of the whole week, there's an 80% where you eat nutritiously, you live nutritiously, and you still have that 20% where you pick the day. Maybe it's a Friday, or maybe it's a Saturday, or one day where you can say, I feel like having a burger today. Or it's a Monday. Instead of having yams today, I want to have spaghetti today. Why not? So the whole point about having a conventional and holistic and all of this beautiful environmental foods that we have is you get to choose your 80-20 rule and make it your best and be the best in exactly how you eat. But understanding what it does to your body is very important.
Yeah.
That's the key to nutrition.
I think it's about moderation, right? Don't overdo it. Don't go crazy on the burgers, on the junk food, on the shit. But just everything in moderation. If you don't go to the excess with things, drinking, all of these different things, just moderate your intake and be careful and mindful of what you're putting in your body.
Yes.
You don't have to, as you said, you don't have to cut every bad thing out. You don't have to cut out all the burgers. You don't have to cut out the fries all the time, but be mindful of how often you're eating them.
That's the 20% rule, right? So today, everyone's, I'm on a diet. This is my cheat day. So instead of saying it's a cheat day, say, hey, you know what? This is my 20%. This is something I really want today because I've been eating so well every single day. This is something that my body's craving. I'm craving a little bit of it, and it just feels so good.
Little treat.
And here's a trick about nutrition, and a lot of people don't understand, is the way you eat it. If everything is through, you were saying something today about magic. You know, when you put something in the ground and it's a tomato or something that grows into a tomato, there's so many that grow, right? Life is magical. Life is so magical. So your body is completely powerful and magical too. We've grown in the same environment as our food and everything else has been growing. We're growing in our body, in our parents, in our mom's tummy, that she's eating all this food. So while she's eating this, we're getting as nurtured inside of that. And we're eating everything that we've grown from the ground up. So think about it as when you're eating the food that you are eating. Let's say it's a burger. Let's say it's even a chocolate. Let's say it's even something more nutritious like a yam. And you are eating it. Really feel it. Really love it. Really enjoy it while you're eating it. Because that itself and the sensation that you're eating is going to work miracles in your body. The way we eat, the way we chew, the way we feel when we're eating it makes a big difference on how you're going to feel after you eat that meal. Have you heard those people that eat the burgers and fries? They go, oh, I'm so bloated, so big. And they just munched it up so quickly, so fast. They couldn't even listen to their body when they were full and that they were done. And that's another problem. So really, no matter what you're eating, feel it, love it, enjoy it, chew it. Really say thank you to it, because no matter what it is you're eating, it's going to nourish your body.
Yeah, it's feeding your body. Thank you for sharing that. That's very insightful. Appreciate that. What's one common myth about nutrition that continues to harm women's relationships with their bodies and food?
If you eat carbs, you're going to gain weight. It's one of the biggest ones. Oh my God.
Okay.
One of the biggest things. You need to have your carbs, protein, and fats. All three put together to have a full-on nutrition, to be good for your body, to help your body. So if you're going to have a meal, you need to have your protein, you need to have your vegetables, and you need to have your carbs. And your protein has the fat in it too as well. So it's perfect. So you have all three that will combine your macronutrients. And that is how you take that food and say, I am fulfilled. You need them all. And so when I'm talking about carbs, I'm not talking about simple carbs. There's two kinds of carbs that you can have, right? Simple carbs are like your cookies and your cake and your spaghetti and lasagna and everything that's actually taken from the ground with wheat, and you've actually milled it and you have broken it down in so many different smaller amounts. And so now when your body eats it, it's, oh, I know what this is. I don't need to work for it. It's just your sugar spikes so fast. That's how fast your body reacts to that. But compared to yam or chickpeas, or let's see another one, spaghetti squash is another one, right? Those are beautiful those are complex carbs. Potatoes is another one, right? There's so many different kinds. And lentils is another one. Lentils, beans, those are also carbs. Those are beautiful carbs for you. They will work in your body. Your metabolism will have to work harder in order to get all the nutrients in it and to be absorbed in the right way. But those are the carbs that your body needs the most. The complex carbs. So if you have your carbs and you have your protein and you have your green vegetables, which are what? Your kale, your zucchini, right? Your broccoli, your spinach. Those are the kind of carbs those are also carbs, but they're your vegetable carbs. They're great carbs for you. So good. Think about those are sweeping your entire intestines and you're taking all the junk out of your body. So that is what those food is really good for you. So all three is very necessary for your body. So yes, carbs are not the reason for weight gain. So that's one of the biggest myths.
Thank you for clarifying that. How can women begin to tune in to how food makes them feel? We spoke briefly about that, rather than just focusing on calories or macros.
One of the biggest thing is listening to your body. I think we just listened to that. I just talked briefly about that, being mindful of it. When you're eating your food and you're chewing and you're feeling it and you're enjoying it and you are really mindfully eating each bite and taking that bite, your body actually takes about 20 minutes before it comes to your brain to tell you that you're full. So they always say is when you're eating, you will have this sense of I'm full, but your body won't tell you that you're full. You need to stop eating. You need to give yourself 20 minutes before you take more food and just see if you feel full. And that's really important because that itself will allow you to move forward. You won't get bloated. There won't be any other problems. I think mindfulness about eating is so important to understand the fullness before you actually overeat. And that's one of the biggest lessons anyone can learn when it comes to eating food or mindful eating.
Eating slower, enjoying the food, chewing your food properly and enjoying it and just being in the moment with the food, thanking the food for nourishing your body.
And really thinking about where that food came from. So if you're going to eat an apple, like an apple, or think about how did this apple actually grow? Right? You're taking a bite of it. It's so juicy. It's so good. Every crunch is just watering your mouth. It's this beautiful apple. And you think, oh my God, this seed was in the ground. It actually grew into a tree before the apples actually even came out. It had to come to branches. The branches had to have leaves. And then look at the process of this apple, this one apple to grow. And now you're taking this one apple and you're taking that bite out of this apple. Oh, okay. Now I want an apple. Oh my goodness. But what I'm saying to you is really appreciate what your food is. Appreciate the colors of your food. Appreciate the look of that food. When you really fully mindfully do this to yourself, you won't need a scale. The scale is just another way of showing you that you've overeaten. Let me see how much I weigh now today. Oh, I'm so bloated today. I've overeaten. I can tell nothing's fitting me. Let me check how much I weigh. Oh, I need to lose weight now. Oh my God, I've gained 20 pounds. How did I do this to myself? It's honestly, it's you. It's not the foods that you're eating. It's also putting the foods together and really understanding how much are you eating? Are you able to eat all of that? Maybe take a small amount. Try that first. Feel it.
Yeah. You're making me hungry. I'm going to have to go eat afterwards.
I want an apple now.
Yeah. Can you share what your philosophy is on nutrition and how it shapes your approach as a holistic nutritionist?
Okay, this is a big story, actually, I feel. Nutrition is really physically, mentally, and emotionally so good for you. Okay, I want you to understand your body is your temple. And if you think about your souls, you think about a car and you think about yourself sitting in that car. So think about the car as your body and your soul is inside, right? And is basically driving that car. So if you don't take care of your body, you don't take care of the outside of your body and the inside of your body, your soul will always, or your essence is always going to feel discouraged, not happy, not feeling good about yourself. They say remove the clutter. That's what I'm talking about. Food does that for me and for anyone who doesn't believe it, but it does. As a mom, I went through a postpartum depression to a point where I was not myself at all. I think about having a time where, I'm throwing things on the ground. I'm breaking my phone. I have anger issues. I'm comparing myself to other women because I feel like they look better than I do. I'm not happy within myself. I thought doing my nails and my hair and having a home or a nice car would make me happy. They were short bursts of happiness, but they never made me happy fully. And nutrition was the first thing that came to me because I became celiac. I found out I was celiac after a while. And that changed my diet. That changed me completely. Because the first thing that came to me was a doctor had come up to me and said, Nish, we quote you out of 4 when they did my biopsy. And they told me I was a 3 out of 4. And before all of this, I was eating burgers, fries, McDonald's. I didn't care about food so much. I would completely eat. I would be bloated. I didn't care. Food was like something that would help me feel good because I was not happy. So food was something that was doing that for me. And a lot of people can understand eating emotionally, right? So after becoming celiac, I changed the way I ate. I started putting things back to normal. I started doing my nutrition program. I put food onto my table. I sat down. I ate properly. I started to feel and understand the nutrition part of it, the love of food. And I kid you not, it was food that helped me remove my physical, emotional, and mental problems in my life. I started to feel better about my body. I started to feel like as if a big burden on my head was just going poof out. And I started to realize that comparing myself to others was making me more miserable than happier. Being the worst, like I was my own enemy. I was not myself. And I think that was what led. And when I understand food today, I'm like, no. If you can understand food, and if you talk to a lot of my clients too today, it was the food that made them feel happier. When they were able to eat and understand their body, they were glowing. Food made them glow. They were happier. People would come to them and say, what are you doing differently? You look so good. You look good. She feels good. She's happier in her mood. She's doing more things. She has more energy. It's because of the food that we eat that brings us this beautiful love of our body. And I swear it's once you understand this, you will never go back. They're like, oh, I want to work out every single day. How many times have you heard people say, I've worked out 3 hours in the gym every single day. And I still don't lose weight and I still don't look good and I'm still unhappy with myself. It's because exercise and all of that gym stuff is only 5 to 10% of everything. Your nutrition is 90% of everything. So if you can understand nutrition, your body, your mind, your soul, all of that starts to walk with the glow. If you can understand that, your life has changed.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. How do you hold space for women to love themselves while they're striving for change, strength, and transformation?
I always ask women to mesmerize something for themselves. So when I have my client talking to me about weight loss and all of that, so we're doing the nutrition program, we do a 10-day reset. That's what we do to show them how to eat and how to understand food. The first thing I have for them is to understand how much they love themselves. And in order to do that, I get them to think about something. So I say, I want you to write down your heaven on earth. I don't know if you've ever heard of this one before. So heaven on earth is, I want you to think about a place where you could be for the rest of your life and you're so happy with it. Every single day you could wake up to this beautiful place and you can just be so happy. Now, it's just not this one place. I want them to, when they write it down, I want them to think about this place where, so example for myself, it would be on a white beach. My house is on the beach. So every time I come downstairs from my room, I have a window that I can open up, like a door. It's all glass. I open it up and I stand right outside. It's in this beautiful deck and I can see outside and it's white beach and the beach is right in front of me. So this is my heaven on earth. Now think about what's around you. I see the birds. I feel the ocean just sweeping in and out. My kids, I can hear them upstairs laughing and crying. My husband's making me dinner. Yes, that's happening at some point. He's making me dinner or breakfast at the time, I would say. And I have an orange juice in my hand. And the first thing is the breeze. There's trees around too as well. You can hear the trees going back and forth. And this beautiful image that I'm having is an image I want to wake up to every single day. And it's this love and the affection. And somehow you're manifesting it without even knowing it. And so I get them to write this down. I get them to feel it out. I get them to fully feel it. And then I get them to mesmerize it too as well. So every morning when they do this and they wake up to it and they say, thank you, every morning with that image in their head, it just brings another part of joy to start their day. And that is how I work with my clients, to learn that loving yourself comes from really understanding the depths of where you are and how much it is meant to be, not just to be alive, but to be magically exactly where you want to be. So when they start to manifest all of this stuff, it just brings so much joy and love into their heart. So when they're eating their food too, they feel the love. They feel the affection.
Yeah.
And that's how I help them, just being who they are and finding that within themselves.
Love it. It is, self-love is everything. We are the foundation for everything. That's where it all starts, is here within us. And we have to learn to love ourselves. That's not an easy journey. It's hard, but I think once you can get there, you're golden. That's where everything starts, is within us.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful that you help your clients do that through these different techniques. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. How do you lead women toward healing when you're still navigating your own healing?
We're all navigating healing still, don't you think? No matter who it is. I could be talking to someone about the healing journey, but yet I'm still healing too. There's so much we have to learn in this world every single day. And so when I navigate these little things, I go through what I went through. So let's say if it's about expectations about their husbands or expectations about their kids or whatever, the first thing that comes to my mind is, what is the expectation? What is something that you're expecting on these? On what do you want them to do for you? Because apparently the expectation is if they don't do it the way that you want it to happen, then that's the problem. So we need to stop these expectations and start to learn about what is my want. What is it that I want? And I need to do those for myself. I may or may not get them from other people, and that's okay. So here's an example, and I think it's so funny. So on my birthday, I used to always expect my husband to be, wow, with me. It's your birthday. Yay, let's get something done. And when it never happened, the expectation was pretty bad, like to the point where I used to always get upset. Oh, why don't you do this for me? I want it this way. I want it that way. And I realized that it's never going to happen because he's not that person. And sometimes we expect those things happening from our people around. So why are we doing that? So this is where I've learned that when I'm able to do something, if I'm learning something and I realize that what I went through is very similar to what they went through, I will show them the way to get out of it. I always say it always comes back to you first. You are the driver of your own seat. So do what makes sense to you. So I started to then do my own birthdays. I started to figure out my birthdays. I told my husband, hey, it's my birthday coming up in next week. I want to have friends over. I'm going to get this part done. And I do it and I enjoy it because I know he can't and I do it and I'm still happy. So this is what comes up is a lot of people that have their issues of whatever is going on with them. It's this expectations of this entire world that they want things to happen their way, not realizing that it's not going to be that way. And so until then, journey that I lead and I'm healing too, I learn and I teach. I learn and I teach. So a lot of my podcast is basically about that. Loving yourself first, forgetting about what the expectations are of the outside. Find the way you can make it work. And if it doesn't, lead by example and do it, or ask someone for help. Don't expect that they'll do it.
Yes.
It's huge.
Yeah, asking for help is huge. And when we don't have expectations, you can't be disappointed. As you mentioned, you were disappointed that your husband wasn't a big deal about your birthday and you were expecting that. So if you didn't have those expectations, you wouldn't be upset. You wouldn't be angry that he wasn't doing what you expected or what you wanted him to
Exactly.
do. It's huge. It's huge for sure. What part of your story have you only recently found the strength to speak aloud about?
I'm an open book. Everything I talk about is everything I feel and do. And I became that way the moment I realized one thing. I am not there to impress the world. I am there to impress myself. And that's the biggest thing for me. I used to be the woman that used to say, what if I say this? What will other people think? What if I do this? What will other people think? Why am I here to please every single person? Not everyone's going to be mine, and not everyone's going to be happy with what I do. So what I can do is love myself and do what makes me happy, and allow those that love me too to be by my side, and those that don't, welcome to walk their path and find what makes them happy. But that's the biggest thing for me, is I am an open book now. And it led me to that, to become the person I am today, to say, hey, I love who I've become. And I am loving myself because of that. And my energy is out there to help those that want me to help you. And those that don't, it's okay. There's so many people out there that are doing the same thing for me. And if you are feeling aligned to them, please go and get the help from them. You don't need to come to me, but let me be who I am and flourish who I am. And it started off one day, it just clicked in me. It just clicked in me in such a way. I'm like, why am I trying to please everyone? And that's where my first podcast came out, was this is me. And my entire podcast is about what I've gone through. It's the healing process of like people making fun of me the way I speak, or the people making fun of me the way that I would say some stuff. I used to say, instead of vanilla, I used to say vanilla. Okay, I'm brown. All right. Okay, fine. Yeah, it happens. Okay. Or what was the other one? Backpack. So the backpack, I say pack. Like I get these people. And now when they make fun of some of the words that I say, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to learn it. It's not a big deal. Like I'll learn it. But it never upsets me. It doesn't get me upset. This is who I am. And I love the way I am. So yeah, you can make fun of me and I'll take a joke out of it. But before, in the other, like when I was still healing, it used to hurt me a lot. Yeah. Those things used to hurt me a lot. Now it's, that's just who I am. And I love it. I'm just going to continue to be who I am and talk. And that's the healing journey that everyone needs to go through. And again, like I said, open book. Now, love me for me, or please find someone to love the same way that they want to be loved. And it's okay because you can't get the whole world to love you the same way.
That's right. We are not for everybody, and everybody is not for us. We're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay.
But you're my cup of tea, though.
You're my cup of tea. I love you are authentically and beautifully, and that's it. Being who you authentically and truly are. And if you don't like it, that's okay. No problem. There are others out there that I know like it and love me for who I am, and so there you go. I love that about you. You're just who you authentically are. You're just raw, real, and open and honest. That's what it's about, is being who we truly are and stepping into that and embracing it.
It's the best thing.
You're a beautiful soul, Nish. I am so grateful to know you and to call you a friend.
I feel the same way about you. It's been a beautiful journey that we're all in.
It has, for sure. What is one wellness myth that keeps women, especially mothers, stuck in cycles of shame and depletion? And how do you break it down for them?
Whoa, good question. That's a deep question, especially mothers, hey? One wellness thing for moms. The one thing that comes to me is breast milk. One biggest myth about breast milk. And what comes to me is a lot of moms feel shame that they cannot feed their babies breast milk. It's one of the biggest problems that we're having holistically. A lot of women say breast milk is gold. It is. But does everyone have breast milk? That's the question. Not everyone can produce breast milk. Not everyone can actually have it. And it's a huge probiotic for babies. So what do they do? A lot of moms are being shamed down because they're using formula for their babies. And so that is one of the biggest shame for a lot of moms, and they feel guilty about, and they feel harsh. And it happened to me too, not physically, mentally, but I remember my baby could not latch onto me. So I would pump every 3 hours. And every 3 hours while pumping, I would bring physically, mentally, as a holistic nutritionist, I knew that I was getting milk. So I'm going to give my milk to my baby. And that was it. That's what I was feeling. But a lot of moms are feeling down because they don't have the information, the proper information. And I think that's huge for moms. So this is a completely different topic. But when it comes to nutrition, first of all, as moms, we should be eating nutritious foods. Right? That's one of the biggest things. The other thing is that the nutritious foods I'm talking about more are your complex carbs, your good protein, and a lot of veggies. You need all three of them, and you need to continue to eat that morning breakfast and lunch, morning breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you can think about doing that, because now you're not just feeding your baby, you're not feeding yourself, you're feeding the nutritious for your baby. So if you have breast milk,
you're eating for two.
Make sure you're doing that for your baby. You don't have breast milk, still nutritiously eat properly. There's different ways of you can do that formula. They say it's not the best for babies. Please do what makes sense to you and your well-being. That's one of the biggest myths people do have. Don't do that, they're saying. Please don't do that. Do what makes sense to you. But there are so many banks out there with mom's milks that have been donated for mothers to actually go and get for their babies. So there is another way of doing that as nutritionally. So don't think that you're alone. A lot of moms do get way more milk than they're supposed to get for their baby. So then they donate them. And when they donate it, they have to get a lot of testing done to make sure that it's nutrition, that everything is good before they even take it. So they can't be doing drugs. The moms cannot have any kind of alcohol in their system or anything like that. It has to be clean. So it is available to a lot of mothers. So don't ever feel like you cannot do that for your baby. So when it comes to breast milk as holistic, I say, hey guys, option 1, do the best you can do. Option 2, do what makes sense to you because it's your baby. There's no wrong answer to this. And option 3, if you're really desperate to get milk, there are lots of banks out there. Go find one, go grab it, and do this for yourself and for your baby. So those are the 3 beautiful things I would say when it comes to moms, especially for nutrition and wellness and any myths that's out there for breastfeeding.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that. How do you help women reconnect with their bodies as sacred vessels, not just machines to fix or change?
Oh my God, meditation. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Meditation is big. When you reclaim your body, when you understand you and your body, you have to stop during the day, during the night, in the morning, whenever you have time, and reclaim that body by taking a break. And when you do that, you close your eyes and you take the worldly matters away from you by just not worried about paying bills, not worried about what other people are saying, not worried about your work, your day-to-day work, not bringing your work from home, from school, from work to home. Stop, even if it's 5 minutes. That's the biggest. I always tell people, even start your day like that if you have to, and end your day with that. I talk about the rock, pebbles, and sand. Have you heard of that mythology? Yes. So those are my favorite things I talk about to a lot of my moms, especially when it comes to really just reclaiming yourself, is really understanding what's important. Always start with your rock, which your rock is like the most important thing that's so important to you that will self-care for you first. Either it's waking up for 5 minutes and doing a meditation, or waking up 30 minutes before and going for a workout. Think about what you want to do, or a yoga or something. That's your me time. It's your love to your body, your love to your soul. First you do that, and then you start your day with intentions of, then you're basically with your kids, or you're putting your kids to whatever it is, you start your day. And you end with the rock, which is again for yourself. Right? With your rock. So the rock is when you end it, you finish it off with a rock. So either you finish off with a nice chamomile tea and a nice meditation, or you end yourself with a beautiful yoga, if you feel, or a stretch. And you just take that 5 minutes for you before you get into bed. And then when you go to bed, just take a deep breath and say, thank you. We are such magical beings out there. Think about it. We wake up and we open up our eyes. We go to sleep. And while we're sleeping, our body's still working. Our organs are still working. We're still losing calories while we're sleeping. We actually lose more calories while we're sleeping than we are actually awake, which is so important to understand. Really? It is so beautiful. Sleep is so important to us. So think about a schedule and think about how to start your day, what time, and what time you should go to sleep at. Sleep is important. So always think about the rock. Think about something you love yourself when you wake up. Finish off with the rock. and think about sleep. It's the most important thing for you as a woman, for your body, for your organs, for your toxins to get removed. And then your day. One of the biggest things I want to remind everyone is your day-to-day life is drama. It's not real. Okay. It's not real. This is not going to come back to you. It's not going to be yours for the rest of your life. Your home, your car, all of this stuff is not yours. It's nothing's yours. So take each day as a thank you, use it, love yourself, but start by loving yourself and end by loving yourself, and have that beautiful sleep, because that sleep is going to keep you energized for the next morning. And that's what I say.
Taking that time for ourselves. We've been conditioned to believe that doing things for ourselves or putting ourselves first is selfish. And it's exactly the opposite, because when you do that for yourself, you are therefore that much better for those around you, your family, your friends. You can pour from a full cup.
Yeah.
You need to take care of yourself first. It's not selfish. So we need to shift that mindset and that belief and that way of thinking that it's selfish, because it's not.
No, it's funny you say that, because the first thing that came to me was Wayne Dyer. He always said, think of it this way. If you have 10 oranges in your hands, you can give 2 away here, 2 away here, 2 away here, 2 away here. But if you have no oranges, how are you supposed to give any oranges away? So that's exactly, it's your energy. If you have energy, you can give energy. But if you have no energy for yourself, how can you give it? You're now depleting the energy by giving it, but then the anger comes out, the frustration comes out. You're not happy. The person around you can feel your energy. They're not happy.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. That's not the kind of life you want.
No, absolutely. Definitely not. Now, what moment in your personal journey ignited your passion to advocate for mothers, not just as caretakers, but as whole, worthy?
Sorry, you got cut off there.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. I'm curious, what part of what moment in your journey ignited your passion to advocate for mothers, not just as caretakers, but as whole, worthy, powerful women?
Mothers. That's where my journey started, right? So when I started as a mom, before a mom, I didn't care about anyone but myself, right? I was just me. I used to clean my house and it would stay clean for the rest of the week. And then I would have to clean again the next week. Having kids changes your life. Like there's no business. It just changes it. The first thing is first of all, you have a child and you go as a woman, go through hormonal changes. Those changes itself is huge as well. Now you're thinking about breast milk. Then you're thinking about how to feed the baby. You don't come down with a manual. There's no manuals on how to take care of your baby. All you know is you're a mom now and you have this baby with you and you just have an instinct on how to take care of them. And that's it. So physically, mentally, I was not okay. Postpartum hit, depression hit really badly. Like I said, comparison, all of that stuff just hit really badly. So I grew because I had kids. I grew because I learned my lessons. I was healing journey through my kids. My kids were a part of me that were teaching me lessons to love unconditionally and to allow my love to be where it is today. Like today, I don't think I would be where I am today. My book, Be Battling the Worst, Awakening the New, I would not have written that book if it wasn't for my kids, because it all came down to how I had my kids, what I went through, all my lessons I went through, the meditations I did, understanding physical and mental abuse that I was giving to myself. So these are all things I learned. When I started to work with mothers, it's because I was a mom. I went through it after becoming a mom, but now I want to help moms around the world. And so this is where the story actually starts. Beautiful.
I love that. Now, as mentioned off the top of the interview, Nish, you are the co-founder of Be Like to Raise Light, which is all about shining light by mothers and motherhood around the globe. Can you tell us all about Be Light to Raise Light? When was it founded? Who is the other co-founder? And what was the inspiration behind starting?
Oh my God, this is the story of a lifetime. Oh my God, what a beautiful story this is, because it really hits home. I was actually a coach for mothers, or for women, actually, I would say, about losing weight. That's what it was. So people would come to me and I would help them lose weight. I would help them understand the 10-day reset. And then we would do it for 3 months at least. So then people would lose 15 to 18 to even 20 pounds with me. That's how beautiful it was. I would do meditations with them. I would go out my way and do so many different things. We would have one-to-one Zoom calls every week. I was their back pocket. They used to send me photos of their food every single day, and I would critique it every single day. Is this too much? Is this too little? What are you doing here? Why is it too, like, I was their back pocket. That's what it was. And so there would be very little bit of mistakes from that. They would think, say the 50% rule, the cheating or whatever. So I was there for them all the way through. There was this one point in my life where I sat there and I'm like, there's more to this. I don't know what it is, but there is more. I'm feeling called to it. I don't know what it is. And I'm like, I'm done. I don't know what to say or what to do. So I just sat there in bed one day and I looked up and I said, I'm so confused. I know that I'm doing something I love, but I can feel that there's more and I need to know what it is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm feeling it. And I'm going to leave it on you now. Either you show it to me, you know what, I'm here for a purpose, but you've not really given me my full purpose. So can you just tell me what it is? What the hell? Just tell me. I'm here for a reason. Let me know and I'll do it. Just tell me what it is. The day I went to sleep and it came to me. It was a dream. And the dream was this book. And it was a book that every page that was unfolding was a miracle. It was like a lit up book. And this book was on top of the world. And it was shining through every page, every single page. It didn't give me full details about what it was. It was just a page of full details about. It was glowing. It was beautiful. I woke up and I cried. I was in this tears and I was like, as if I knew exactly what I needed to get done. It was like a purposeful. I look up and I'm like, that's my purpose. Oh my God, this is my purpose. And it was more than just a book because though the dream was just about a book and was glowing, I felt the energy of illuminating the world. It was like full on in the world. There was so much more to it. And I told my husband the story and I sat there and he's, oh, wow. He says, just do it. And I'm like, I can't do it on my own. I said, there's someone that needs to do this with me. And the first person I thought was Soraya Bodhi. I said, Bodhi. I should say Bodhi. I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I need to give her a call. So I was really scared to talk to her about this dream. I did not know what she would say or do or think. All I knew was I needed to get this done and I don't know how to. All I know is I needed her to be by my side. So if she had said no, I would have still done it, but I would have done it alone. I did not know what she would have said because she is such a busy mama herself. She has her own corporate job. She has kids. She has a lot going on with her. So what would her expectations be? I have no idea. We were already doing mom circles already. And she continued to tell me, I'm very full. My agenda is really full. This is the only thing I can do. I can't put anything else on my plate, blah, blah, blah. So I gave her a call one day and I said, listen, I need to talk to you about something. It's really important. Can you give me 5 minutes of your time? So she called me and I sat down with her and I told her about my dream. And I told her what was going on and how I feel about this book and how it's going to illuminate mothers around the world. And I think it's such a beautiful idea. And the first thing that came to my mind when I woke up that day was I want the book to be written and published by Hay House. And I trust you. I believe you. I'm with you. Those are her words with me on the phone. And we were crying on the phone together if both of our purposes were felt so beautifully. And so as we continued to work together, we then knew that then the story unfolded even more. We were doing it for moms around the world. And then the story unfolded saying we're actually going to call the book Be Light to Raise Light. And the full magic actually unloaded when she told me that she already had talked to Hay House about another book that she was looking into doing. And they told her that if you have a sequel to it, then they would be willing to take it on board. And so here's a sequel, Be Light to Raise Light. And so we called them, we talked to them. And they said yes. And so since then, we've been working together. And it's not just about a book now. It's more about having mothers around the world really globally together, highlighting who they are, what they do, how they help other mothers around the world, how they've actually stepped into their power. It could be single moms. It could be moms working. It could be anyone. But mothers, how can we highlight them, love them, feel them, and continue to grow with them? Because we are a generation that it's huge. And now I'm not just talking about moms. It could be anyone that's a mom or a mom figure. So yeah, it's growing and it's growing so beautifully. So Be Light to Raise Light book is on the mend. We are almost done. We're hoping to get the finalization for the design very soon and hopefully launch the book, hopefully in October sometime this year, by the end of this year.
Amazing. Congratulations on all of that. I think it's so beautiful. And to see the two of you working together is just powerful. There's more power in numbers. And so congratulations to you both on all of that, and much success to come for that. The work you're doing to help mothers and to shine a light on mothers globally is incredible, and it's needed in the world. So keep going and keep doing it. You will have so much success.
We can't wait. We have so much love in every bit. It's so funny. I'll tell you, I haven't told anyone this, but when we paid our first taxes, we're just like jumping up and down paying taxes. Okay. Like we're paying taxes. We got our own business. We're paying taxes on our company. Whoa. And the tax lady, like, she's a good friend of our, like, she's a family good friend too as well. She's, I wish we had more people like you to be excited to pay taxes. And I'm like, this is the kind of work we're doing. It is so beautiful. Every bit of it is like magic. And all we want to do is just illuminate, bring mothers together and just shine the world with mothers around the world. And so this is why when we are jumping for joy, every bit of celebration is just felt with everything that we're doing. Yes. Thank you so much. It's such a blessing.
I love it. What has motherhood taught you about resilience that no training, book, or degree ever could tell you?
Unconditional love. Just loving not just yourself, but your babies and the world around you is just unconditional love. When you see your child and the amount of mistakes they make and the hurt that they give you, they hurt you a lot too, right? And yet you still forgive. And you love them no matter what it is. Why can we not be like that to the people around us too as well? Why can't we love them, feel them, and truly honor them just the way they are? There's a lot of hate in this world, a lot of people that hate on each other, that are judging each other, that compare each other, and they're not happy with each other. If we can love unconditional love in our world with the people around us, just like how we love our kids, that is a magical life that we could all live.
For sure, the world would be so much different if we could have unconditional love for the people in our lives. It's, I don't know, I think other than mothers, it's a very difficult thing. I think dogs are the only other things capable of that other than mothers with their children. But if we could do that in the world, it would be so much more beautiful if we could do that for one another.
Yeah, that's so true. Dogs come into our life too to show us unconditional love. It's all over us. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. It's every single place. It's just, there's so many hints after hints. If we could just understand that.
Absolutely. It would be. What do you believe the world gets wrong about motherhood, and how are you rewriting that narrative?
There's so many things that mothers are getting wronged for. Either moms that are stay-home moms are being put down. Working moms are being put down. Moms of all kinds. Moms that are having a nanny come and take care of their kids. There's so many things about moms. And I think the biggest thing is that, hey, I think we should understand that moms are moms, no matter where they are or what they do. My biggest thing is, doesn't matter what kind of mom you are, if you're a stay-home mom, you're a single mom, you're a working mom, all types of moms, even nannies that are moms, grandparents that are moms, all of them. We are the only ones that know what's right and wrong for our kids and for our grandkids. Do what makes you happy, feel the love, and just do it. And not worry about what society has to say or do. Just love the way that you take care of your kids and never, ever think about you're doing something wrong. Your kids will love you despite anything.
Yeah. As someone who shines a light on mothers, how do you balance honoring their sacrifices while also challenging the systems that keep them invisible?
Mothers, when you shine them, because they are so vulnerable, they're so perfect in their own world. And when you shine them, you're shining yourself too as a mom. I think that's the most important thing that this question has to say, is the love of bringing people together, moms together, and shining them with every bit of love that they have. And that's the love that you continue to shine. But as we shine them and do things for them, we're being shined too as well.
Absolutely. What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful?
Loving myself.
Yes.
I had such a hard time understanding that. Love yourself to the point where nobody can ever say or do anything that will bring that down to you. But the thing is that when you love yourself so much, you love so many people around you the same way. You bring joy into their life. You bring love into their life. You show them that life is so beautiful inside and out by just being who you are. Loving yourself is the magical life that anyone can ever find. It's just love. Loving yourself is where you need to be first before you can bring any other joy to anyone else. It's the magic. I think it's the magic to everything.
Beautiful. Now, speaking of success, how do you define that word? What does success mean to you?
Success is just being able to live the life that you want, I think. I feel being successful does not mean that you're making enough all the money in the world. It doesn't mean that you are living in a job that is giving you $300,000 a year or $200,000 a year. It has nothing to do with the money. Success is how can you build yourself to live the life that you love, that you can continue to live that life and live with those that around you with that kind of love. Success comes being happy. It's happiness inside of you. If you can find happiness within yourself, you are successful.
Absolutely agreed. What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life? And what was your life like before you learned it? And what was your life like after you learned that lesson?
So the biggest lesson, again, like I said, it's always been about love and freedom and being the person I am. When I was not okay in my life, I was always at a point in my life where I was always comparing myself to others. Compare, why is her life better than mine? Why is she look better than me? Why am I fat? Why is she not? Why is I had kids, I'm 200 pounds, she's not. Why is she wearing heels going down the hill with her baby in a stroller and I'm wearing pants and runners? And why am I not looking as par as her? Why am I losing hair in different places in my life? Why am I not happy? Why is my skin not the way that it's supposed to be? Why is her skin looking better than mine? Why does she have a nice big house? And all these comparisons after comparisons and feeling judgmental and depression and postpartum depression. Oh my God. I think I was at a point in my life where it was enough. Enough is enough. Or can you continue to do that to yourself? Stop doing that. Everyone has a life. Everyone has their own issues. Everyone has their own problems. Just figure out your own life and do it yourself. And that is one of the biggest challenges that I had in my life, is finding love within my own family, my own life. And so that's where it all came down to again. It's finding that. It was that one day where, I don't know, it just clicked on me. I looked up one day and I was looking at Assist the Universe and I was like, I'm so done. I said, what the hell am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to be? And I'm so confused with my life. I don't know how did I become a stay-at-home mom? It was never my intention. I am an independent woman. I love being independent. I love making my own money. I'm not someone that continues to ask for money, especially when my husband was just willingly, here's a card, take it, do whatever you need. No one said no to you. Still, it was really hard for me. I don't like to do that. It's not my thing. And so I sat there, I stayed with the kids, and then poof, this magical thing happened. I don't know if I told you that there was a podcast. It was from a lady that she says, I will show you what your purpose is. Finding Your Purpose Masterclass. It's, whoa, that was fast. Thank you. I looked up and I said, thank you. And I looked at the podcast and the first thing she said was, your purpose is exactly where you need to be right now. And so when she said those words to me, I was like, oh my God, I'm fighting over something that many women out there would be so excited to be in my place for right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fighting over that. And I get to stay home and I get to be with my kids and I get to love them and play with them and do all this fun stuff with them while I'm sitting at home and I don't have to worry about money. Like, how many people would be so excited to be there? I'm like, that's it. I'm going to continue. It's where you start now is your purpose. Start now where you are. Love that now and watch you grow is what I've learned. And so when I started to love the now, I started to grow. And that's where my podcast came in. That's where I started to write the book. It just normally just came to me because I love the now. And I think we forget to do that. We always want
Abundant
more
flowing.
and more. We always
Yes,
want to say,
for
oh,
sure.
now that I've done this, now I want to do more. Now that I've done this, now I want to do this. Now what? It's like, no,
Yeah.
enjoy the now. Enjoy it. It's going to come. Everything
Mhm.
comes at its own time. So enjoy
That's
it.
right.
Love it now. If you're at a job where you don't like and you're just so irritated, start loving it now. Start making that, lift that love and affection into it now, because I swear to God, when you start to love the now, the more the love will come to you. More beautiful things are going to appear into your life. But if you hate that job now and you're miserable in that job, that energy of miserable will continue to keep going with you as you continue going.
Absolutely.
So that's the biggest lesson I've learned is live the purpose that you are right now. That's the purpose you have. That's
Beautiful.
exactly where you need to be.
Thank you for sharing that. What does the word empowerment mean to you, Nish?
Empowerment means being on the top. That's what it means for me. Always striving to be on the top. And I always said that to myself when it comes to anything that I do. I always believe I'm on top of the world. Empowerment means that you are together with the people that you love, the community that you have together, and together you are on top of the world.
Beautiful. Okay, we're going to jump into a little rapid fire section. So the next grouping of questions just be 1, 2, 3 word answer type thing, okay? How would you describe yourself in one word?
Oh my God, magical.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Loving others.
If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
Be free.
What is one thing you love about yourself that is not related to your physical appearance?
Finding peace within me.
What's one word that defines the woman that you are becoming?
Powerful.
I love that. That concludes our rapid fire section. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I created a bonus question that I did not, and it is, if you could take one feeling or one belief, bottle it up and give it to people, what would it be?
One feeling. The one thing that's coming to my mind, I can't find a word, but it is legacy. Finding legacy that will create a feeling of love and peace in your heart that will shower those around you when you are gone. If you can find that word or that beauty inside of you that you can leave behind you, that's the feeling you want to feel when you're gone.
Beautiful. What aspect of your personality do you think has been the most helpful in your career?
Humorous. I'm very fun and jokingly. I can only be like that with certain people.
Yes, you are.
I think I'm I can joke, I can make others laugh, I can enjoy myself and do it just not even realizing it. Just being a person that I just love becoming and just allowing others to just shine with me as we all shine together.
Beautiful. What is one lesson your career has taught you that you think everyone should learn at some point in their lives?
Not to be fearless, not to be fearful. Always be fearless. Do it and just jump into it. That's one of the biggest things I've learned.
I love that. If you could step into my shoes, what question would you have asked yourself that I didn't ask you?
What is one fun thing you would do in your personal life?
Okay.
No, I don't know. Seriously?
Yeah.
My best and my most fun thing that I do in my personal life is I love to go swimming. Swimming is one of my favorite things to do. I enjoy swimming. I love going out. I go to the gym. I'm a big advocate for working out. I enjoy sweating, feeling good about myself and glowing in my skin. That is one of the best things I love to do on my spare time.
Excellent. What is your why?
I want to see others smile and be happy.
That's powerful. If you had the opportunity to sit down and have a 1-hour conversation with one woman, any woman in the world, who would it be and why?
Priyanka Chopra. Why? Okay. Because she has grown to become the most beautiful woman from the place that I've known her since I was a child. As an Indian actress, she was in Bollywood for many years. And as she has grown to become a Hollywood actor, she has grown to achieve her dreams to even wider spread screens and has become a huge advocate for women around the world. And if I could sit there with her and talk to her about all her dreams and all her ambitions and how she got there fearlessly, that would be a big dream come true.
Amazing. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Love yourself to the end of this world. Never allow others or other people to dictate what you're going to do and what you're going to say. Just do what makes your heart feels right and continue to follow that beautiful signal of love and never stop.
I see a common theme here through the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Self-love. Very,
Yes.
very important thing. Lastly, Nish, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, your tribe, your corner of the world, your people, what would that last 30 seconds sound like? What words of wisdom would you impart?
Wake up in the morning with the most amazing smile on your face. And the first thing you need to do is, before you hit the ground with those feet, say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here today. And always say thank you for the miracle life you have right now.
Beautiful. Nish, thank you so much for taking and making the time to be here with me today. It has been an absolute pleasure and honor to sit down, to have the opportunity to sit down and speak with you and share in your story and your journey and the beautiful wisdom and knowledge that you shared today being here. I am honored to call you a friend and to have you as a member of the Empowerography community. Thank you so much for the beautiful light you're shining out into the world through the work you do. I appreciate you.
And thank you so much for having me. It was such a wonderful conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography podcast. Today, my guest has been Nishma Karim. She is an author, podcast host, and the co-founder of Be Light to Raise Light. Thank you so much, Nish. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at viseuphoria.ca. Follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.